That's the news tonight. Good night.
And now the Thames weather, pictures by the Camden Photocolour Group. And after a mainly dry start, the night is going to be generally cloudy with rain at times. Exposed areas will have strong to gale force southwesterly winds and a minimum temperature of 12 degrees centigrade. Thursday will start mostly cloudy with rain at times and fresh to strong southwesterly winds reaching gale force over some exposed places. And as the day goes on, much brighter weather with sunny spells and only scattered showers will spread from the west to all parts. And the maximum temperature tomorrow is 17 degrees centigrade.
Think of 100, 1,000. Can you imagine around 1 million people choose to rent TV from DER? Around 1 million renters can't be wrong.
Inside every issue of Magic Touch is a free pattern that gives you the magic touch to bring beautiful clothes to life. A pattern for wonderful waistcoats. A pattern for super swinging skirts. A pattern for terrific trousers. Every week, Magic Touch is packed with colour pages and step-by-step instructions on how to make all sorts of beautiful things and save pounds. Get the Magic Touch. On sale now, 45p, with a free pattern in every issue.
Another sensational first from Derek Gardner, introducing the new Lightronics digital watch, quartz crystal based for fantastic accuracy, space-age technology which you can depend upon. Watch, long-life batteries and leather strap, all for an amazing $29.95, including VAT. See Lightronics watches now at Derek Gardner's, all superbly designed, and with 1-year replacement guarantee. So bring yourself up to date in time. Come to Derek Gardner at Debenhams or any other Derek Gardner sales centre now.
That is the machine you require, Professor?
Yes.
He's coming round.
Oh, Purdy.
Definitely coming round.
Purdy.
And he's going to be all right.
Oh! What happened?
I'm very disappointed. What happened? That's a terribly corny thing to say, Steed. You could have said, where's the party? That at least would have been different and fairly amusing. Or you could have muttered something unintelligible in Latin.
On the other hand, you might want to know what happened. You were hit. And I'll give you even money, you know by whom. Or what?
No bet.
Oh, yes. We found an attractive, slightly hysterical woman in the cupboard. But as she was locked on the inside and you're on the outside, we didn't think that she would press charges. I wish you had got in there with her. You saved her life.
Did I?
And nearly threw away your own.
You must stop being so gallant, Steed. We're liberated now.
I'll remember that.
That's not all you'll remember, is it?
Cybernauts.
Yes, we got as far as that.
Before your time.
Not anymore.
Came here for one purpose. To steal equipment. Why? And for whom?
Diet. I like to see puppies with sparkle and vitality, and Pedigree Chum Puppy Food's proved itself worth its weight in gold.
Top breeders recommend Pedigree Chum Puppy Food. You can't give a puppy a better start in life.
Now, when you started to get interested in Germany, and in particular in Hitler, was that because Sir Oswald Mosley was the head of the British fascist movement, or was that a lot to do with the influence of your sister Unity, who seemed at that time to be mad about the politics of Germany?
Yes, she was. No, it wasn't to do with her in the beginning. It was my idea to go there. The papers were full of Germany and of what was happening. This was in 1933. He came to power in January 33. And when I met somebody who said, oh, well, if you come over there, I'll introduce you to him, I was extremely interested. And
why? Why were you interested?
I think everyone was interested.
To meet Hitler?
Oh, they were. I mean, Winston Churchill says in his book, Great Contemporaries, which was presumably written in 1934, anyway, it was published in 1935, everyone wants to know what Hitler's like. He dominated politics on the continent.
Now tell me, when you met him, what was he like?
He was a very interesting and fascinating man. As a matter of fact, see, when I went there, I thought that I should meet him in the way that you do and to say how do you do, really. But it was entirely Unity, who then became so interested in National Socialism in Germany and in him, and stayed there and met him in the way that I've described, that a friendship was struck up, which of course is a very different thing from just meeting somebody and talking to them for half an hour.
But how did he strike you? What was he like? I mean, why did you like him?
He was a fascinating man. You see, people don't get from being an out-of-work painter to being dictator of a very big, powerful, evolved country like Germany unless they've got some very special thing within them. And obviously he had it.
But you found that when you met him?
Oh, you did, at once.
What, he was charming, or what was he?
Well, he was charming, but it wasn't only that he was charming. You see, there was he was completely different from anyone we'd ever met before.
But you see, you went on, can I just be honest with you? This is where in your book, it sort of nagged me like toothache almost, to be honest with you, because in your book, you see, there's a bit in it where your husband says that Hitler, in the end, has to bear the responsibility for the 6 million Jews that were killed in cold blood, right? Now, I don't get from your book the feeling that you felt that about Hitler. You seem to find excuses for him.
I can never find excuses. It's inexcusable. All I say is that the man I knew was somebody of whom one could not have believed that first. And the other thing I say, it's not meant as an excuse, but nevertheless, it is a fact. Other dictators have killed far more people than Hitler ever killed, and people went to see them, and Winston Churchill with Stalin, for example, drinking his health, saying he's a statesman we can trust. Mr. Heath goes to see the chairman Mao, who was supposed to have killed 20 million Chinese. And they went to see them and found them charming long after they'd done their crimes and committed these crimes.
But then,
when we knew Hitler, he hadn't committed
a crime. But then when you found out that he had, what did you feel then?
I didn't believe it to begin with, because we'd been brought up very much on Lord Ponsonby's book, Atrocity in Wartime, which shows what propaganda can do in the way of inventing atrocities. But of course, by degrees, I came to believe that terrible things had happened. And yes, well, it made me very sad, as it must have everyone.
But then you don't make that clear in your book, which does fascinate me.
Well, by then it was finished. He was dead. It was over, do you see? There was nothing that could be done about it. It was just a terrible fact.
door. And I did a Royal Gala from the Palladium, you know.
But what was it? Was it something that happened that made you become a star after all these years? Did you change your style, or did, did the public come to accept it?
No, no, not at all. No, I did the same thing. I've been doing the same thing for years. I was doing this in the Crimean War.
What advice would you give to somebody who, perhaps like yourself, had persevered in show business for some years but not made it?
Never give in. You must never give in. You must believe in what you're doing. Don't make it a trial. You know, be happy and enjoy what you're doing, have a lot of fun, but don't set out to be a star, because if you do, you'll be very miserable and you're knocking everybody out of the way to get there, and it's not the way, really. If you're going to be, you will be, and nothing will change that at all. You see, I'm a fatalist.
You were fated to become a star.
Well, you see, I think when we're born, we're given a book, like in This Is Your Life, you see. And nothing's going to alter that. If you're going to get drowned, you won't be burned. And if you're going to get knocked down by a car, you won't be die in bed. You see, it's a thing, I think.
Could you have done it, do you think, without the help of your friends, Everard and Slack
Oh,
Alice?
no. No, Everard he's been a tower of strength. I mean, he's bent over backwards to help me. And Slack Alice, I mean, she's here now, you know. She's going to, I just said to her, now go out, have a look round. She's gone on the pier in one of those machines, you know. She never wins. She just bought a new red hat. And Apricot Lil's here, you know. As a matter of fact, they're all here from the Jam Factory today. It's a treat. And they've all come up and they're coming in second house tonight. So.
Where did those characters come from?
From the Jam Factory. Yes, really. Honestly, I can't say the name of the Jam Factory because it'd be advertising, but there was a Jam Factory, a very famous Jam Factory in the town where I live, Nuneaton. And that all these people used to, you know, go to work there, and I knew a lot of people there, and used to talk about them, say like, have you seen her again? She's Lil, you know, her on the Apricots, Apricot Lil. And this has been years ago, and it used to make me laugh, you know, because I love names. As a girl at the chip shop, not far from me, and she's terrible, and they call her Vinegar Vera, because she will put loads of vinegar on the chips, everybody goes mad. And they say, oh, Vinegar Vera's been at it again. And so I just say these names and people laugh about them. They're in every town. They work in every factory, in every shop.
How do you see your career in the future? Are you going to continue as you do now, or are you going into films perhaps? Are we going to see a swashbuckling Larry Grayson?
Oh no, I can't swashbuckle at my time of life. My legs and ankles, I think they're swelling today after that walk up that pier. I'm going to have a cigarette. No, I shall... I think it's the brown bread. No, I shall go on, you know, the way I'm going, till people get fed up with me, and I shall know when they get fed up with me, then I shall just retire. Actually, I think I'll probably buy a hotel or something in a few years' time and get one of my sisters to run it for me. I shall stick in show business, but on the other side of the business, probably, you know, Chris, I'll do, like, put shows on. And actually, my heart is in show business. It's anything I've ever known since I've been a child. As a child, I used to stand on the table and sing at the drop of a hat when I was 3. Do you know, I used to sing The Holy City when I was 3. The neighbours all moved.
Hello, I do hope that you enjoyed Freddie Starr as much as we did here tonight. Well, in a moment or two, it's the final dramatic episode of Brideshead Revisited, and because it's a double edition, we'll be joining ITN in London a little later than usual. That'll be at 10:35, followed by the HTV Wales headlines, and then at 11:05, highlights of today's European Athletics Championships from Stuttgart, Germany. But now, Brideshead Revisited.
Tonight on TVI, we report on the Children of God, a somewhat sinister religious group at work in Britain, who preach Christianity through sex. Join us after the break.
Good evening. We want you to make Britain brighter by dying.